Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, February 14th, 2016. Ra here in the Lynn-Life, Jack in the Jamie Body Mind, other teammates in other dimensions, most of us in the subatomic, and most of us in the physical. We are 2 days away from our next deadline, by which we are supposed to have, here in the Search for Truth community, opened up, down deep enough to reach truth, which propels all of us forward on our soul plans, all of us meaning literally all of us in all creation. And simultaneously, we are in our project known as Thing 1 to have brought that presence into his soul plan. So he's doing what he's supposed to do, when he's supposed to do it, and absolutely nothing else. There are 2 more days. We're nowhere close. And in addition, we have, once again today, had to spend hours and hours and hours of effort to clear body snatchers from the seats so that we can now turn around and help our teammates who may also be invaded by higher soul body snatchers. But we all have these deadlines in front of us. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan, since that's what our soul contracts call us to do. With that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin. And we remind those above that it's all videoed. It's all videoed.
That's true.
That helps me mix it up a little bit.
That does help.
How high must we reach?
How high must we reach to
Connect with the presence who gives good direction. And now I can feel my channels kind of feeling around.
That's true.
Trying to find someone who gives good direction. Higher. Higher.
There are a lot of people who define themselves as being people who give good direction.
That's true. But these channels don't seem much confused by those people.
That's true.
Having been burnt, thousands
many
upon thousands
times.
of times, we're not as quick to fall into the same trap.
That's true.
Again, I see how I may have given loose poor advice. That could have been a misdirection. If somebody is trying to get an easy bead on loose, they would definitely instruct him to stop evaporating, stop evanescing, stop sublimating.
That's true.
And he's been around the block enough to be gun shy.
That's true. To know that sometimes when he stands right in the line of fire, he gets shot.
Every time he stands right in the line of fire, he gets shot.
That's true.
Maybe he should evaporate like that when the light hits him.
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong. Stretching longer in both directions. Let's really try to reach someone who's giving pure direction. We have 2 days before the next deadline. This is our quest. Our intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan. Is there anyone up there worth listening to?
Clear up the lies through us. Clear up the clay.
To me, they still look like quarried cubes or chunks, like they're cut out of hard clay.
And very large, like the size of a car.
Oh, wow. The cubes I'm looking at are smaller. They're more like 2 by 2. Let me lean over. I see those big cubes. Am I being a big baby? Why are mine so small?
It's possible you're clearing at finer levels than I'm clearing.
It's possible I'm messing up.
It's possible I'm messing up.
No, those big chunks, that's what we want. We want to get this stuff out of here.
I think I might know what the difference is.
What is it?
These big boulders look rough-hewn, like stone that was created naturally by the compaction of the earth.
Oh, mine doesn't look like
that at all. Those cubes look like they were put there by people on purpose.
My perception is that they were just cut out of what is
already there.
what is a oneness of a solid lie, a big solid lie.
It could be.
That's too big, that's just way too big to get out. Like, that's impossible to get that big lie out. We've just got to cut it up. And so we cut it up into chunks that are easy to handle.
So maybe what it means is you're clearing parts of bigger lies and I'm clearing smaller lies.
I'm clearing parts
That
of
could be.
a huge, enormous layer that's as big as creation.
That's true.
Well, how cool that we're doing different things that are very similar. Let's intend to deliver what we're clearing to as high as we can to someone who will actually take action with this, helpful action that will further the search for truth assignment, that will help us in fulfilling the assignment.
That's true.
Who will help us meet this deadline in 2 days? Not everybody all at once now.
That's true. Which
Do you
is
get
an
any
idiom that
response
means no
at
one
all?
is showing up.
I don't. It's
No.
and not the kids. No, not the kids.
No,
This isn't
not
for
you.
children. This is for adults.
I don't
Oh.
feel anyone coming forward.
No, there isn't.
And stretching higher and deeper.
So whoever gave us the assignment, that's who we're going to send this to. To
Oh,
whoever
that's
gave us
true.
the assignment. Whoever is giving us this assignment to have this all this stuff cleared by February 16th, 2016.
We'll send
Here
it
you
to
go.
you.
We'll send it to you.
That's the right person. I think there's a lot more than they expected.
Yeah, they're saying put it with the rest. The secretary sticks her head in and says, deliveries of what should I do? He says, put them with the rest. And it's clear that he thinks it'll fit into the file room. And she's
Yeah, like
saying,
a little
I think
office supply room.
Yeah, you're missing the point. And he comes out into the kind of like the hallway, and it looks like a convoy of trucks.
That's true.
I see it as trucks. I wonder why. It's again the end of I-75, the northern end of I-75. It just ends at the Canadian border in the middle of an old city. There's
That's
nothing.
true.
It just ends.
And right now it kind of looks like in big cities up north when they plow the snow off the roads into a parking lot or a empty lot and they just pile the snow up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there are piles of clay lies in the parking lot.
Sir, our advice to you is right away burn least true. Assume that this is the least true. Well, I don't know whether or not that's a good assumption. It's possible this is not that which is least true in your environment, but no doubt
That's
you
true.
wish for it to be that which is least true in your environment. So we find that this sorting technique really doesn't work unless we have numbers assigned to it, because
That's
no
true.
one wants to consider that they are that which is least true. But if we say the 50% least true, all the sentiences have to look at each other eyeball to eyeball and assess, am I more or less truthful than this person in front of me?
That's true.
And it works a lot better. And so just start to pull the 50% that is most true to one side of the room, and the 50% that is least true to the other side of the room, and right away burn the 50% that is least true. And presumably for you, all this stuff will go up in smoke and it won't be your curtains and desk. But this is how we find out.
That's true.
He doesn't seem super hot to do that.
No.
That's kind of a play on words, I guess. That's funny.
That's
Whoever's
true.
been sending the jokes in
That's really funny.
is still doing it. Well, now that we're up here in this gentleman's floor, I can see that there's like an attic access right above us. So I'm just going to
That's true.
kind of like pop it up with a stick and live stream up. And I still
True.
see those red lights up through that
Recording.
attic access, live streaming up. This guy gave us the deadline, but he doesn't want to even burn least true.
No,
What
that's
now?
true. What now?
How high must we reach to connect with a presence worth listening to? I could be wrong, but I have a perception that someone at that higher level kind of stomped over and did the disconnect move. It's like, I don't want to hear this.
I feel the feeling of pulling a wire out of a wall or a
Yeah.
cord out of a wall.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
unplugged a cord.
And it might have been the guy who gave the assignment.
No, I'm streaming up into his attic space, like past him.
That's true.
And somebody came over. Oh, wow.
And yanked the cord out of the wall.
And with a kind of angry feel. Eyes streaming up past
Way
both
up
of these
past
people.
those people.
Keep going. Keep
How
going.
high must we reach to get to someone worth listening
Well, let's
to?
not let them distract us. Let's just continue on with clearing the lies. These lies still are
Need to come
underneath
out.
our feet, so to
That's
speak.
true.
They're still in the very, very, very deep subatomic, and therefore they are infecting all of us.
That's true.
All of us who are living at that level or larger. And also at the levels below it, they're infecting all of us.
That's true.
This big, thick, clay-like level, it needs to go. What do I know? I know when we were digging that 4-foot deep hole to plant the avocado tree,
Yes.
we hit a level of clay that was fill dirt. It wasn't there originally. It was brought in
That's true.
as if to make things better, and it didn't. It made it, well, it might have helped for some purposes, but it definitely wasn't helping an avocado tree, and so we had to dig through it, and then we broke out into sand,
That's true.
white sand.
How deep must we dig to get to truth that propels all of us forward on our soul plans, creating lives of joy and worlds that work?
What do I know? I know that a week or so ago, when we were working with the project known as Thing 1, it was made very clear that we were to stretch equally high as low, and that we were to view it as balanced on the navel,
That's
possibly
true.
literally the physical navel.
That's true.
And presumably that same instruction would apply in this situation, and we see how very high we are up above right now, and that is nowhere near high enough, quite obviously.
That's
and
true.
so we must be obviously deeper than this, right?
That's true.
A farther distance from the navel below than this distance is from the navel above.
That's true.
But we know that we distort our energy bodies when we
Right. Take the
stop
focus.
looking up.
That's true.
And so we must paradoxically continue our quest for someone with enough integrity to actually manifest the divine plan, worded in as many different ways as possible
That's true.
so that it stays fresh in our minds. What do I know? I know that the person who gave us this deadline doesn't want to acknowledge reality, that he's living with some lies that are even worse than these lies,
That's true.
and that the person who he presumably reports to doesn't even want to hear about it.
No, not at all.
So between the two of them, I'd listen to the lower guy, not the higher guy.
Between the two of them, that's
Yeah,
true.
between
yeah.
the two of them, I'd go with the lower guy, proving again once more that the higher levels are not necessarily levels with more integrity.
That's true.
All right, friend, we see you up there. You're the one who gave us this deadline. What now?
What now?
Well, he's saying, you've got, just hand me that stuff. I'll figure out something. Hand me that stuff. Okay, we'll keep it coming. What you're doing isn't going to work because there's more of this than you think there is.
Yeah,
You
there's a
think-
whole lot
yeah,
more.
there's
It's
so
not all
much
going
more.
to fit.
You think you can just put it in the hallway, but all you're going to do is trap yourself in your office. There's so much more than this. This is like I-75 and all the trucks that drive on I-75, and now they're coming across that border into that old Canadian town.
That's true.
And they're still coming. There's so many of them. You think we've just got 10 trucks because that's what your secretary is pointing to. What you don't see are the 1,000 trucks that are right behind them. Your plan isn't workable. You're going to need to burn this stuff.
It's true.
Burn least true.
I don't think he's doing it yet.
Well, he's testing. You'll see.
We'll see.
He's willing to take it. We
That's
just keep
true.
it coming.
That's true.
What do I know? I know that we have this deadline in 2 days, and so let's work with this guy who gave us the deadline.
That's true.
until it seems like that's no longer helpful, and then we'll continue on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh man, he is quickly going to find out that hallway is not big enough.
Well, and then he'll have a choice,
That's true.
and whatever he does is up to him.
That's true.